Yeah, hi there. This is Ian Wiltshire, and I'm going to tell you about the importance of resistance training. You know, resistance training acts like a medicine. For those of you out there, I've been doing resistance training for about a year now, and my body feels a lot fitter. And I've lost a lot of fat, I've gained a lot of muscle, and it's because of resistance training. Now, you know, I was diagnosed with diabetes about 2009. And the first couple of years was very difficult. They were very difficult for me. But I decided then to change my diet, to eat the foods that don't raise my blood sugar. And at the same time, to do resistance training. Now you can read about resistance training on the internet. The scientific researches done on resistance training, and you'll see that when you do resistance training, it's like taking metformin, it's like taking tablets to reduce your blood sugar levels, and at the same time to reduce your high blood pressure and to reduce all inflammatory markers in your body. Now, the thing is it's very simple, and I want to show you the few things that I use to do my resistance training and why they are so important. First, I use the glute bands. So the glute bands are very good, so I would put them around my legs, so that I can strengthen my leg muscles too. I'll just go a little bit further so I can show you. Put them around my legs, the glute. Okay. And then rather stretch my legs in a very functional way so that the muscles in my legs are also activated. Okay, so, and then I use the strongest you can get, the heaviest, because you have to work hard. You have to work hard if you're doing resistance training. It makes no sense if you just do regular exercises every day, because you have to increase your muscle mass, you have to increase your strength, and over the past few months I have increased my strength. I've become stronger. And when you become stronger, your muscles, because it's actually your muscles, or your skeletal muscle, is an endocrine organ. And when you strengthen that, you will notice it will do a few things to your body. The inflammation in your body will start to decrease when you do muscle training. They will decrease. So you can see I'm stretching my legs as wide as possible. And I will introduce the bands. Now I have a lot of them, but I always take the strongest bands. Now this band is about 30 kilos, right? So I'll put the other bands on the floor. I'll show you what I can do with this. Now, if you find that it's very hard for you, you do more of it, okay? Because the idea behind this is to stress your body. Now, if you can do 10, it's okay, but then do 12, and then rest for a few seconds, and you do 12 again, or even you do 13. You must go as hard as possible with the resistance, as hard as possible. Don't be easy on yourself, because being easy on yourself, you're not going to grow your muscles, because the idea is you've got to grow them. You've got to feel them on your abdomen, and you're going to feel them on your biceps and your triceps and on your back. You do the heavier ones, okay? So I take always the strongest, the heaviest band, and then I try to go as high as possible, and you've got to feel the burn. Because if you don't feel the burn, you're not really doing anything. Now at age 70, I think I still look good, and my muscles are still working. And I want to make my muscles grow even exponentially more. Right. Now the next exercise I want to show you is that I change the things a few. I've got these bands all put together. So I have about 6 of them, all on one handle, right? So that there's the strength of 6. This is the heaviest you can get. And so what I do is I would then lift it as high, as hard, and as high as possible. I'll go a little bit further so you can see what I'm actually doing. Right, so I have and I'm lifting it. Because you've got to feel the burn. You've got to feel the burn on your back. And in this case, you stretch it until you cannot stretch anymore. You simply stretch till you cannot stretch anymore. And that's the principle behind it. You stretch yourself to fatigue. Don't just do a few pulls, but do as many as you can until you cannot do it anymore. You're going to feel slightly out of breath when you are doing it with all your might. And you'll be able to shape or reshape your body from a frail looking old man to a strong looking young man. So when I look at myself, my old pictures, I don't look much different then than I look now, because I have committed myself to training my body as hard as possible, to training my body as hard as possible. And now I notice after doing a couple, you train actually to fatigue. And that's the only way you can do your muscles. If you train yourself to fatigue that you cannot. Now I cannot do any, but I'm still trying to do one more, and 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 one more. Okay? So that's the idea with this. With these bands all stuck together. They have a combined weight power of, let's say, almost 50 kilos of pull, and then you know that you're doing something. Now, last but not least, I take the heavy bands, and I take double, because we are not going to waste time by doing light training. We want to do heavy training. Okay, really, really heavy training. Because by doing the heavy training, you are really going to activate muscle growth. Okay, so I put them at double, and then I start pulling, right? In this case, you pull about 20 times. And then you feel your muscles hurting, then you know you are doing something. You're doing something for your back. You're doing something for your shoulders, for your biceps, for your triceps. Now, because I've grown a little bit older now, at 70, I noticed that the bulk that I had was growing smaller. And then I had this wake-up call to continue doing it. You do this until failure, double, too medium or too heavy. You do it double and you stretch as hard as you can. You stretch as hard as you can. Okay? And if you feel tight on the one side, you go immediately to the other side. It means the one side is resting because you're pulling and the other side is pulling. And that's what you do, because the idea behind that is to get as much muscle strength as possible. Because, and that's just to show you, you know, and as a result, you can see there is growth, and I am getting broader in my shoulders, biceps, and thinner in my waist. Now it takes time, and it takes hard work, and it takes dedication. And this is what I would like to inspire you with. Be dedicated to physical exercise, especially to resistance training. And I will show you some more tricks on how to do resistance training and how to do it in the most difficult way. It's not the easy way, it's the most difficult way. So that you can strengthen your muscles and live a long, healthy life. And that's all I would like to say to you. So this is Ian Wiltshire signing off and wishing you a grand day, an absolutely grand day. Bye for now.